Okay guys, so in this video I want to show you how to get featured on iTunes. And what I've done here, actually, I've just Googled TuneCore, how to get featured on iTunes, because I've gone through this before. And so I want to show you guys how to get featured in the new and noteworthy, or maybe in the hot tracks section. And just to give you an example, my last album, The Moment, was featured here at the top, and also here featured in the new and noteworthy. And I was with a label who did this last time, but now I've been independent and also gotten featured before. We were recently just featured for our new song, Let You Drive. And what I do whenever I get featured in something, I always take screen captures for it, because you want to use that for press to show that you got something going on. And so right here, you can see, this can't really see, it's kind of small on my screen, but Let You Drive was under the hot tracks, and I've circled it so I can put that in my press. So anyways, here's some tips for getting featured in iTunes. What you need to do is make sure you plan ahead. You can't just do it the week before your album comes out. You want to be planning this weeks ahead. It actually says here at least 3 weeks lead time, okay? You got to always plan ahead. You can't be this last minute junk. Pre-orders build momentum, okay? You want to do a pre-order. Maybe that's your EP, your single, your album. What we're doing right now for my album, which is good timing for teaching you guys, we've got my album Reborn here. I've actually already pre-ordered it myself, but we have it for $7.99 for the pre-order. And then when the album actually releases, we'll bump that up to $9.99. So this is a good way to get sales ahead of time. Also, if people pre-order the album, we give away 2 tracks free. We call those gratis tracks. And then as the album leads up, because it's coming out October 2nd, we're going to give away another track here, which is going to be Shine, and then we're going to give one more track away before the album actually comes out, just to give people incentive, okay? So these are the kinds of things you need to think about getting featured and planning ahead. iTunes likes albums more than singles. Why? Because albums sell for more, okay? Singles aren't as big of a deal. Again, it comes back to making more money. Make sure you're spell checking everything when you're submitting to get featured for iTunes. I'll go through this one as well. Be prepared to ask how much of your other releases have sold. What's your sales history? Because if TuneCore or iTunes is going to give you this real estate, which is really what it is, it's free exposure. If they're going to give you like positioning on their page of iTunes, they're not just going to give that to anyone. They want to know that you can drive traffic and that you have a sales history. How many potential fans do you have that are going to go purchase this old album? If you've gone through my other course, I talk about building your email list. How many emails are you going to send to people? How many Facebook followers, Twitter followers, Instagram followers do you have to drive sales? This is really important and a part of your marketing plan, whether they're going to give you that real estate on the iTunes page. Will there be any TV or film sync placements of your music at the same time? That's a great way to launch your releases, to have an exclusive with a TV show or a movie, again, to build momentum. How low will you go in your pricing? That's another thing too. They love to do deals like I talked about earlier. Anyways, if you are ready to submit, you want to click on Submit Release for Consideration. So you click on this button here, and I'll put this in the show notes so you guys have this. And then basically you go through this form, okay, and you fill out your band name, your first name, your email address, the UPC code, which you can get. You're going to need probably your ISRC codes as well. The date your release is first available for sale. 3-week lead time required. So you got to put in your release date. Artist sales history, total number of albums and singles sold, and units. If possible, indicate your sales specifically on iTunes, okay? So they want all this information. Projected first sales in units, including expected percentage of digital sales. So what that means, how many physical sales do you expect to sell as opposed to digital sales? So it might be 60-40, 80-20. You want to put in your genre, total number of Facebook fans. See, they want to know this stuff, man. They want your Facebook page to prove it, number of Twitter followers, your Twitter name. So they're going to be asking you a lot at your YouTube channel. So that's why it's so important to build social media. But like I always say, social media is used to build your email list. Yes, it's important to have these, but you also want your email list, because they can change the rules on Facebook. I have over 160,000 likes on Facebook, but when I post, they don't let me just see those fans. The fans just don't see it. I have to boost the post so they actually see it. If I had 160,000 emails, when I send that, they have the opportunity to open it or not. Nobody is blocking it. They're asking about the lead single being featured on an album. If you have a big artist, which I encourage you to maybe get a feature on there that's bigger than you, so that you can get more people purchasing the album so they can post on it. They want to know this stuff. I've done a lot of collaborations with Trevor from 1,000 Foot Crutch, so I put So Beautiful featuring Trevor McNevin. So there's some other thoughts. Anyways, go through this, submit it, plan ahead, and hopefully your album will get chosen to be featured on iTunes, and you can get more sales, use it for press to get more features, because once you get featured and one person believes in you, it's easier to get somebody else to believe in you.